All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the online open house for 10 Canal Street. It's for an application for an official plan amendment and a zoning and bylaw amendment. My name is Evan Och. I'm a planner with the City of St. Catharines. My contact information is there. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, eacs@stcatharines.ca, or give me a call, 905-688-5601, extension 1724. And just to note, I'm not taking phone calls during the presentation. So the process for the application is as follows. An official plan amendment and a zoning bylaw amendment application was submitted for 10 Canal Street. The application was received December 21st, 2022, and deemed complete on January 16th, 2023. Under the Planning Act, the city must accept and process complete applications. By the city hosting this open house, by no means are we indicating that we support this application. This application is being circulated to city departments and applicable external agencies for review. The application is not being considered for approval tonight. The ultimate decision on approval will be made by City Council at a future date. And notice will be provided well in advance of that date. So the location of the site, 10 Canal Street, it's on the northeast side of Canal Street between Locke Street and Gertrude, and is presently occupied by a detached dwelling and used as a family residence. The site that is really primarily the subject of the application is about 170 square meters of hillside, and it's currently part of the property of 10 Canal Street. So this is the hillside that is behind the Balzac's building, going up Canal Street Hill. So the application has been filed to fulfill conditions of a consent to boundary adjustment, which was approved in October. And what that consent to boundary adjustment is taking land from one property and adding it to another. So the city received an application, and the Committee of Adjustment approved it in October, and that application proposed that Area A on the screen is being removed from 10 Canal Street and being added to 15 Locke Street, and Area B is being removed from 10 Canal Street and being added to 9 Locke Street. No new development is proposed on the lands being redesignated and rezoned as part of this application. As a result of the boundary adjustment being approved by the Committee of Adjustment, the city required that the properties be redesignated and rezoned so that the areas that are being added to 9 and 15 Locke will match the official plan designation and the zoning that those commercial properties have. So for the official plan amendment, areas A and B are being redesignated from neighborhood residential to commercial on Schedule D1 of the official plan, and low density residential to community commercial on Schedule E1A1. Sorry, E1-1A. And point out that E1-1A is part of the Port Dalhousie secondary plan. So this change in designation will match the designations in place for 9 and 15 Locke Street. The remainder of the property at 10 Canal with the house will remain neighborhood residential on Schedule D1 and will remain low density residential on Schedule E1 1A. For zoning, it's the same changes taking place, where areas A and B are being rezoned from medium density traditional neighborhood with special provision 7, R2-7, to community commercial with special provision 9 or C2-9, and this will match the zoning that's in place for 9 and 15 Locke Street. Special provision 9 regulates building height and does not require parking for commercial uses. 10 Canal Street will remain medium density residential traditional neighborhood with special provision 7. And special provision 7 regulates building height. An additional special provision will be added to recognize that the lot is oversized compared to what is currently permitted for lot creation in the zoning bylaw. 10 Canal Street is currently oversized. It will still be oversized after the boundary adjustment. It will just be slightly smaller than currently is. With this change in official plan designation and zoning, the uses on the property that is being rezoned will change. So currently with the low density residential and low density residential designation and low density residential zoning, the permitted uses are restricted to detached, semi-detached dwellings, townhouse dwellings on larger lot areas. By this change, new uses are being added. So with the community commercial official plan designation, new uses being added are commercial, institutional, entertainment, hotel, community and cultural uses, indoor recreation, and apartment dwelling units. Again, these are uses that are currently in place for 9 and 15 Locke Street. And then the uses permitted in the community commercial with special provision 9 zoning will include, I won't read them all from the list, but a variety of commercial, residential, or sorry, commercial and retail and service commercial uses such as a restaurant, stores, hotels, cultural facilities. An apartment building is permitted, but there has to be ground floor commercial, and it's limited in size to 15% of the lot area. And again, these uses are all currently in place for 9 and 15 Locke Street. The next steps in the application process is to please submit your questions, comments, or concerns to staff, myself, for consideration in review of this application and in the preparation of staff's recommendation report. A staff report will be prepared and made publicly available prior to the council meeting where the decision would be made. A public meeting in front of council will be held at a future date. That will be the council meeting where the recommendation report is going to council. Notice for the public meeting will be mailed out to surrounding property owners, and a sign will be posted on site. If you wish to be notified of this meeting, please get in touch using contact information on the slide after next. Please note that if you did receive a notice for this public open house in the mail, you will also receive a notice for the future public meeting in the mail. All application material that was submitted is available on the city's website, www.stcatharines.ca/development. If you navigate to the 10 Canal Street folder, you will find all of the submitted material, as well as a copy of this presentation that I'm giving. This online open house is being streamed on YouTube and will be archived on YouTube for several weeks to come. So thank you for participating, through watching. Public engagement is an integral part of the planning process in Ontario. If you do have any questions or comments or concerns, please do get in touch with me, Evan Och. You can email me, again, eacs@stcatharines.ca, or give me a call, 905-688-5601, extension 1724. That concludes my presentation, but we do have, sorry, just let me stop sharing. We do have Curtis Thompson, an agent acting for the applicant, with us this evening. Curtis, if you have any comments or corrections you wish to make about my presentation or general summary about the presentation, feel free.
Thanks, Evan. I don't. I think I'll, considering no one's with us other than the live stream, I'll just hold off on giving my presentation for the stat public meeting. But nothing further to add on the presentation. Thanks. Okay.
Thank you very much, Curtis. That concludes our meeting tonight. I will stop streaming now, and as well, or as previously said, if you have any questions, please do get in touch with me. Take care.